kind of energy and passion to the defensive end of the floor against Chris Paul and the Hornets. Chris Paul, of course, and you talked about him, Stu. First-round pick in 2005, fourth overall, and first-team All-NBA last year as he comes into the game, leading the NBA in assists and also in steals. And some rings for that man, and rings in purple and gold. Good to see Byron Scott. As the Hornets have picked it up, and well, they split their first 10. 5-5 over the first 10, but coming in tonight, New Orleans at 20-10. As we head downstairs now to Michael Eaves. Michael.
Yeah, Joe, of course, this is the third time the Lakers and the Hornets have met this season. And both times in the first half, the Lakers jumped out to a huge lead. 21-point advantage at the half in the first game, 19 points in the second game. So I asked Phil Jackson, were there matchups that he was able to exploit in those first two games? He said yes, there were, but there are also matchups on the Hornets side, and he'd like to keep those matchups secret until well into the game. Chris Paul said before today's game that this is a big game for them in terms of making a statement, considering how poorly they played the first two times. But he also said it's a no-lose situation for us. Even if we lose, we'll still be second best in the West. Phil Jackson expects them to come out with a very passionate first half of basketball, guys.
All right, and we have to also remember that Peja Stojaković did not play in one of the two with back spasms. He is available, he's healthy, and he was deadly in warm-ups.
And I think it's important for the Lakers to get off to a better start this time, because this is one of the first times that the Hornets have been pretty much at full strength with Peja back. And so they have to establish that, you know, it wasn't because they were injury-riddled. It was just the fact that the Lakers feel like they're a better basketball team right now.
It's a very motivated group of Hornets. Third game of a 4-game road trip. And they split the first two. They won the first. And that was at Portland. Fell behind big as they went to fish right away. Fell behind big in Denver on Saturday night. So they've been here since late Saturday night. Big up against Paul, follows his own. Gasol couldn't get it from behind David West. So that's the way it begins for the Lakers.
When was the last time you saw Derek posting up somebody? He actually posted up on Chris Paul.
And Chris Paul taking something to the side of his face because he's been wincing.
An errant elbow from D-Fish.
7 on the shot clock for David West up against Gasol. And at the close, it comes up short. And what we talked about at the top of the telecast, the length of Pau Gasol against David West. It'll be Radmanovic wide open. Can't give Kobe the assist, and Butler will clear it out.
But that's what he's out there for offensively, to space. Kobe drives, kicks. He's the guy that can knock down the open looks. So can this guy.
So the mid-range shot coming up short for Peja Stojaković. Longtime member of the Sacramento Kings before signing the free agent contract. Andrew Bynum setting up in the post. He's coming up short. West will save it. Both teams cold out of the locker room to start the game.
First team that scores might win.
Knocked away from Chris Paul. It's by committee when you face a guy, Stu, like Chris Paul.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question. I mean, he is so good that you just can't ask any one individual to keep Chris Paul from doing what he does. That's why it's a team game. I mean, it's the epitome of a team game, especially on the defensive end.
David West had to follow. It was a step back over Pau Gasol. Now Gasol trying to answer back, and that won't be close. As Butler had the good position inside. They fast break points, they own them against the Lakers in the last game. But Chris Paul not even close up against Derek Fisher. So the Lakers still looking for the first point of the game. 2 minutes gone by. Coming in with a record of 27-5. Kobe had beaten Butler. Plenty of time left on the shot clock. Pitch and a tough pass, Andrew Bynum. And a reach from behind by David West.
I can't tell you how difficult that pass was for Andrew, because when you're in close quarters like that, a shovel pass, the receiver can lose sight of it for a brief moment because of a defender there. But Andrew was able to gather it in and then go up and get fouled. That's a nice play by Andrew Bynum.
Well, Andrew has not been in double figures over the last couple. And not helping himself right now at the free throw line either, as he misses the first of 2. Still averaging 12 and 8 a game.
Andrew's one of those players, again, that, you know, he has success shooting free throws, but I'd like to see him a little bit more dip in his legs, in his knees, a little bit more bend in the knees.
He's got the first point of the contest for the Lakers. The Lakers and the Hornets split the season series last year. We can forget The game Stojaković had a couple of years ago here early in the season when he had 10 threes and an opponent's record against the Lakers. Butler put in an awkward position as Radmanovic helps out on the glass.
And again, team defense, team rebounding, you know. Go to the glass. Don't anticipate one of your 2 7-footers getting every rebound.
Two teams are combined. 1 for 10. And Radmanovic makes it 1 for 11, blowing the easy one, like Derek Fisher. Both had layups.
That was intimidation. He was so worried about Tyson Chandler.
Stojaković, quick catch and shoot for 1 early. Hornets on top by 3. So the Lakers outscored in the first half of the first 2 games, 107-67. I figure this is going to be a lower scoring affair to begin with. Derek Fisher ties things up. So Fish has the first basket of the game for the Lakers on their 7th attempt. And
that's because when Pau has it on the box, they have to go and take the ball out of his hands, frees up the perimeter.
Recover defense for the Lakers on Stojaković. Gasol Butler denied by Andrew Bynum, but on right to Tyson Chandler. So Andrew helped defense, but his man was Chandler.
And you have to make Tyson score his from the, not in the dunk variety. Make him shoot the jump hook, etc.
Andrew had another reach, or is it a shove from behind? West came over, he had the first foul. That's going to be from behind, and it's going to be on Tyson Chandler. Andrew active.
Yeah, active because and a change of direction there. He caught the ball and then did a little pivot coming back to the left hand, and that's where Tyson Chandler gets called for the bump.
This time on the box, it's Pau Gasol. The lengthy advantage, but he's got to take the ball with him. And he tried to kick it. Tried to corral it and bring it in with a foot. Now Paul. And in transition, David West again. And he had a good look at the basket. Both teams high school. New Orleans, fortunately for the Lakers, 3 for 9 because the Lakers just 1 for 7. It'll be Fish. He had the look. Plenty of time at the shot clock. Kobe behind his back. He found the space, and he's got it all tied up at 6.
I talked about change of direction. No matter how you do it, this time Kobe with the behind-the-back dribble with the change of direction frees himself for the jumper.
He comes into the game 3rd in the league in scoring. 27 a contest. Gasol Butler spacing well. Chandler walked Andrew under the basket. Man, Tyson Chandler going to the line to shoot 2.
No matter how good you are, if you always play in a straight line, you're easier to defend. But when you change direction, it loses the defender for just enough time to give you space to do that. Knockdown jumper.
So LA native Tyson Chandler getting the roll.
The roll?
The first of 2.
You call that a roll?
It was a good shooter's touch. Come on, you know it and I know it.
He hit the backboard twice.
Out of the palm of his hand, not the fingertips. That good touch. He was taken second by the Clips, don't forget, and it was Elton Brand who went the other way in that deal with the Chicago Bulls. And we talked about it when we were down in New Orleans. They actually didn't get very much for him, did they? The Bulls got P.J. Brown and J.R. Smith, who never suited up. So what a steal for the Hornets. Now the Lakers down by a couple once again. It'll be short on the attempt by Gasol.
Pau just starting off a little bit short on both of his shots, so I'm sure he'll make the adjustment.
Well, they're facing one of the better defensive teams in the league. The New Orleans gives up 91 points a game, a little over 91. That's 3rd best in the NBA. And Chris Paul rarely misses when he's got a good look like that at the free throw line.
Well, that time he got the screen, and Andrew didn't come out. He stayed back a foot or 2, and that's all Chris Paul needs.
4-point lead for the Hornets. A little miscommunication there on the pick at least. Gasol got West out of position. Frees up Derek Fisher. And Fish 2 for 2 from at least beyond the arc after missing 2 2-footers. Go figure.
That second defender always will cause trouble for you defensively.
There's the backdoor lob. Andrew Bynum trying to help out on Chris Paul, and Tyson Chandler, what he does best. He's got a half dozen early. So he's got 6 of the first 12.
Especially when they have it on that side where there's no help. So that nobody can get to him on the pick and roll.
2 fouls now on David West. 6:06 to play. And you got to believe Byron's going to sit him down. He's too valuable.
That last basket, you know, just nobody on the weak side. Andrew tries to help out. Nobody there to get to the lob except Tyson Chandler. And they live on that play. The 2 of them live on that play.
Man, he's on the floor. You got to go back to Pau Gasol unless they switch up, and they do now at least. It'll be Chandler on Gasol. Shot clock down on Pau. The hook, it's got to be. Real short. He looked back at the other end and saw there was only 3 on the shot clock. Chris Paul hit the deck. It's David West. Bynum couldn't deny him that time. A 5-point lead is the biggest of the game early for New Orleans. And we said they would be motivated after losing twice on their home floor to the Lakers coming in tonight. Yeah, Pau wide open. Instead, the left hand, Andrew Bynum. Too strong.
Yeah, he did a great drop step, but he drop stepped toward the baseline instead of toward the basket. If he drop steps to the basket, he has a dunk.
He'd already lost Chandler. David West. I guess Byron knows what he's doing, keeping him on the floor with 2 fouls. 6 points for David West, 6 for Tyson Chandler.
He knows there's going to be a dead ball at the next whistle, so he'll take him out at that point.
Kobe goes to the line looking for the 3-point play, weaving his way to the rack.
Yep, Kobe weaving, getting where he wants to go on the floor, and as I surmise, the next dead ball, which is the foul, brings us to a timeout. 5 minutes and 1 second left. A nice venture into the middle. Carl's Jr. Exmo shows you how difficult he is to handle. You think you're going to jump, so he shoots a little teardrop. You don't jump, it still drops for him. He's got all the shots in the book and some. He can invent them as the game goes on. And this time, he gets the defense out of position, gets the easy one and the foul. He'll be going to the charity stripe to complete the 3-point play.
And the Lakers have been doing a much better job at the free throw line. In fact, 79% at the stripe on Sunday. And in 6 of the 9 before the matchup on Sunday, they had hit over 80% of their free throw attempts. Melvin Ely has just checked into the game. Former Clip. He's down to the baseline, taking over for David West, who sits down with 2 fouls.
He'll be attacking the rim from the post position more than David West does from the perimeter. Eli does it from the paint.
So a 4-point lead for the Hornets at 16-12. Kobe converting on the 3-point play. Backdoor taken away as Kobe took away the passing lane for Butler. Butler had that last foul. And they are out of fouls now. Let's see how many times the Lakers can get to the free throw line. Off the bench. Chandler, he doesn't need to push off, does he, with that kind of length? He's solved.
Pau just got himself out of position to begin with. That was a good no call.
Chris Paul, second chance opportunity. He makes the most of it. And now 7-0 in second chance points as Paul is up to 5 points and 4 assists already.
This game is very important for the Hornets. I mean, they have to show that they can play with the Lakers. They have
Kobe brings them back within 5 at 19-14. 7 early points for Kobe.
Yeah, on 3 out of 3 shooting.
Paul, way too easy. So the pick and roll gets a layup for Chris Paul.
Again, he navigates wherever he wants to go. I mean, you can try to double him up out there, but if you could double him with a big, he's going to go around it.
Inside of 4 to play. Kobe, a little bit off on that one at the head of the key. His first miss of the game. Lakers still at just 33%, 5 of 15. And it's going to be the second foul on Tyson Chandler. So West has 2. Chandler has 2 on the moving pick.
Byron Scott not happy about that call, so he brings in Hilton Armstrong for Tyson Chandler, and also coming in for the Lakers, Lamar Odom. For somebody. Somebody's got to go off. See the game the other night when Portland had 6 guys on the floor? And
power play.
Got away with it, 2 for 1.
Power play was allowed in basketball, but it worked. Man advantage. So 3.5 to play in the opening 12. Lamar Odom, Gasol, Radmanović, Fish, and Kobe. Radmanović, a good look. And can't get the roll. So the Lakers can't complain with what they're getting. They've missed some layups, and Radmanović and Fish both missing layups. And Paul extends it over Lamar Odom. What a start for Chris Paul. He's got 9 of the 23 of the Lakers. Deepest deficit now is 9. Lamar Odom beats Eli. A couple of free throws. So Eli mesmerized a little bit by Paul and Fisher down to the baseline when it came out.
Eli was just caught himself out of position that time. I don't know what he was thinking. I know what Chris Paul's thinking. He's thinking, Lamar, don't dislocate your shoulder trying to get to this teardrop. I mean, he's got a game, boy, and he really makes the bigs frustrating.
So Lamar Odom just checking in and gets the first of two. Well, you can win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Lakers home game courtesy of Verizon Wireless. Standard text Lakers to 66196 by the end of this evening's game. One winner per contest, and the sweepstakes are open for residents of L.A., Ventura, Riverside, San Bernardino, and Orange County. If you have to be 18 for all the rules, just head over to the website, thelakers.com. James Posey, you can hear in the background, he's in the game. And on the long miss, Stojaković with a rebound. So the Lakers still down by 8, 23-15. Hornets, after their slow start, 10 of 18, 56%.
Just the opposite of how the first two games this year have opened up. The Lakers were the team with the fast start.
Armstrong denied, but they'll call the foul. He had one thing in mind as he put his head down.
Well, when you get into the paint like that, you better have that one thing in mind. Think about being an aggressive scorer. If they come, then you can make the pass. But you get into the paint, be aggressive as a scorer. 2:47 left, and the Lakers, wow, down by 8.
You're watching FSN Prime Ticket. Due to time constraints, we resume programming later in the telecast.
6-point lead for the Hornets, and the Lakers in really good shape after the way they started offensively and hitting only a third of their shots through the midway point of the first 12 minutes. Chris Paul and the Hornets, though, they're hot. 52%, 32 on the board, 15 of the 32, so a point away from 50% of their production. And averaging 11.5 assists a game. He's got 4 so far. Antonio Daniels has taken over, and he was just acquired with Mike James going over to the Washington Wizards. AD, former lottery pick of the Vancouver Grizzlies.
Well, with this lineup on the floor for the Hornets, I'm trying to figure out who the Lakers are going to have to double again, because Posey's posting up now.
Mismatch. Kept alive, but batted away, and the Lakers should come up with it because Ariza's after it. Trevor leading it off for Radmanovic, the Rainbow. And Posey, uncontested glass. So opening minute, and the only game left in the NBA is still going on. Everything is over, including Boston's loss in overtime at Charlotte. As the Celtics lost 114-106, so that's 5 losses for Boston over the last 7 games.
And you see where the Hornets are going. They're going to Posey in the post, not his strong point.
And Posey will get an easy one.
But he's setting the table, isn't he?
See, short shot clock inside of 5, and it went to his strong side. Uncontested. 8-point game. And James Posey, his first basket, 4 minutes to play with a couple of boards.
And Byron Scott putting David West back in the game.
West over there with 2 fouls like Tyson Chandler. And easy call. Posey's got a second foul going across the arms of Andrew Bynum.
Now, if I'm Phil Jackson, I'd change up a little bit myself. I'd say, okay, you want to put David back in? Powell, come on, let's go. Because he's only putting David back in basically because he doesn't feel like, well, Lamar can take him off the dribble, so maybe I'd attack him there.
Andrew Bynum asking for it against Tilton Armstrong.
Too high on the floor, though.
Trying to back him down. And soft touch by the big guy. Yeah. 6-point game.
I'd like to see Andrew start getting the ball on the box. Not mid-post or even further, but on the box. So he only has to take basically one dribble to get where he wants to be.
His head coach has talked about it. Posey fronted and fouled by Radmanovic. Phil Jackson said just a few days ago he'd like to see Andrew deeper on the acceptance of that pass that you're talking about. Deeper in the post. He's caught it so often, almost like the pinch post, towards the high post. So 34-28 lead.
Boy, they are milking this James Posey situation. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
And Fish trying to take it away. Posey will throw it off Derek out of bounds with only a second left on the shot clock. Not a lot of touches in that set.
That's what happens when you concentrate on one guy so much. The clock continues to run. So now they've got to either throw a lob or a catch and fling.
And yeah, there's the fling. It won't get to the rim. So the Lakers get the stop. Out there for the Lakers at the outset of the second. Bynum, Radmanovic, Odom, Fish, and Trevor Ariza. Kobe with his first break of the game. Over on the bench with Pau Gasol. Sasha, you got to believe he's probably done for the half with 3 fouls. Now Lamar Odom on a switch has Armstrong. got to go up. He's been in the lane a while. Yeah. And he gets to the rim for the stop.
Wow.
Man, they've been there for a while.
They were generous.
A 4-point game. And
clock didn't start.
Yeah. Well, it's still at 24.
Andrew really worked to get some position, but I like the way he aggressively attacked the rim. Hilton Armstrong was right on the elbow, but he got the dunk despite that. That was nice aggression by Andrew Bynum. Very nice.
So we're just about 2 minutes into the second 12. Andrew Bynum quickly with a couple of buckets. As I said, he has not been in double figures the last 2 games. If he gets in double figures in boards and 2 or 3 blocks a game, that's what the staff really likes.
Yeah, they absolutely. But, one of the things the staff is commenting about Andrew is they just want to see more activity. Be more active when you're on the floor, whether it's offensively or defensively.
Yeah, they've talked about his energy level waning at times. 2 minutes gone by. Posey had the good look. And now, Trevor Ariza, or was it? Radmanovic, too. And Fish, the distance. Ariza follows it. It's a 2-point game.
That surprised you that Ariza follows it?
Shocking. Now, another whistle. A lot of whistles. Radmanovic, though, did give a bump to Posey. So he was too close for comfort. Second on Radmanovic. Second team foul on the Lakers.
Well, that was some play by Trevor again, running the floor as Posey gets a piece of that shot, but there's Trevor. He doesn't get it cleanly, but enough of it to get it to go home.
Almost like he lost it home.
You can do that when you're up that high.
David West up against Lamar. James Posey. He kind of froze and locked Andrew Bynum. It's a 4-point game, 36-32. So Posey with 4 off the bench. He comes in averaging 10 and 5. He's been the most consistent. Ariza setting up Lamar. It's going to be real short.
Well, I was surprised that even got to the rim. When it left his hand, it looked like a curveball.
West wanted it. Inside of 8 on the shot clock. Posey sees it. And Daniels has to go with it. Lamar will take the air ball. And usually they let it go. But instead, will come out of a timeout. The Lakers will have it.
8:51 left to go in the half. The Lakers still trying to fight back. Coming up next, we'll have a chat, a live wire chat with that man, Vlade Divac.
Here at Staples Center, everybody felt strongly about this guy as a Laker. Loved his style, loved his game. He was a total team player. A Laker, then a Sacramento King. We won't hold that against him. And back with the Lakers to finish up his career. I'm talking about Vlade Divac. Vlade, Joel Myers, Stu Lamb, thank you for taking the time, first of all.
Well, you're welcome, and thank you for having me.
International ambassador for the Lakers. So when you see guys overseas that you particularly like, you're talking to Mitch Kupchak.
Well, I sent a message through our scout, Adam Filippi, who does a great job scouting for the Lakers in Europe. But definitely, I spent some time on the road and look to find some talent for us.
Have you found any talent over there that you can talk about?
I can talk about my son who just started, basketball. So he may end up in the NBA in a couple of years.
How old is he?
He's 15.
Oh, he should be here now then.
Well, I don't like that high school stuff.
Oh. Well, obviously in Europe you can play when you are 16. Vlade Divac's with us. How tall is he, Vlade?
He's 6'2". He's 6'2", something similar like I was in his age.
Okay, so the growth spurt on its way as Ariza way off. It'll be tracked down by James Posey.
Can he pass like you?
Hey, definitely he can pass, and he understands basketball the right way. So that's what I like about
I know one thing.
game.
I know one thing he can do better than you. He can probably shoot free throws.
Trevor Ariza taking it away, and Radmanovic will clean it up. The foul on Posey is his third. Ariza does it again.
Vlade, I remember just yesterday I was watching television, Vlade, as we get another look at the steal. I thought I saw you and another former basketball player in a commercial.
The best.
You know
already
what?
told you.
I was flying from Salt Lake the other day, and that was the first time I saw the commercial. Yeah, I did the
Taco
Bell with Daryl Dawkins last summer.
And you're an intern for life now, aren't you?
How come you didn't dunk that layup you shot?
Well, it would be unrealistic for me.
I like your honesty, Vlade. We're 4 minutes into the second quarter in a 1-point game. Radmanovic got help from Ariza.
You know, the one thing I remember most about Vlade was his rookie year. He came to the big man's camp, couldn't speak any English, had an interpreter. But the way you absorbed everything, I knew right then that you were one of the most intelligent basketball players that we'd ever seen.
Well, thank you, Stu. I really enjoy. I should say I was lucky when the Lakers drafted me. If I end up anywhere, it would be much tougher for me. But I had, such a important guys for my career with Magic, AC, James Worthy, even Byron Scott, who's coach today here, and he was my assistant coach at Sacramento, a great guy. So I had a group of guys that really helped me to adjust from Europe to the American basketball.
And Vlade, you're going to have your number retired. That's got to be a lot for you. Your number is going to be retired by the Kings.
It's a big honor, yeah, and I think when something happened like that, you did the right things up there.
The thing I remember about you and Byron Scott, at the beginning of every year, you used to tell me that you were going to outshoot Byron from the free throw line.
Well, I lost a lot of money, you know that.
I know. I made a lot. I think you still owe me for the last one, though.
You know what? I tried to put some goal for me where it would be a challenge for me to go for it.
Yeah, and that's what you should do. I mean, all players should set a goal that's, easy, not easy to reach, but something that's going to make you really focus in on it.
Exactly, and I think I actually improved from free throws just having high goals.
Talking to Vlade Divac. Vlade, what stands out in your mind the most, your days here in Southern California with the Lakers especially?
Well, I'm very happy to see how they're doing this year, and hopefully they can stay in a place where they are now. And if we have a chance to play in the finals like last year, I think it's our year.
I like it. I like the way he said we. Our year is Lamar Odom gets to the cup. 7:03 to play, and a couple of more free throws coming up. Vlade, we really appreciate your time.
Oh, you're welcome.
And continued success with your acting career now.
Yeah, between you and Daryl, I'm trying to figure out which one of you are going to get the Oscar.
Hey, I would give it to him. He's a very funny guy.
Oh, I loved it. I especially like the block shot at the end of the spot. That was classic. Hey, Vlade, thanks.
Take care, guys.
All right. Vlade Divac. And if you haven't seen the commercial, it'll get you. Lamar was short in the corner, but he was real long at the free throw line there. Yes. The foul puts Tyson Chandler on the bench. He's got 3. 3 as well on James Posey. David West is out there with a couple. We're almost 5 minutes in to the second 12-minute session.
And both teams trying to work their starters back into the ball game. Lakers now with 3 of their starters on the floor. And the Hornets have 3 of theirs on the floor.
Yeah, that is the big disparity right now on the boards, 19-12. And the Lakers second in the class in the NBA compared to 23rd for the Hornets. Let's see if they can cut that deficit.
Well, a lot of missed shots by the Lakers. They're only shooting 40%, so
a lot of rebounds.
A lot of rebounds for the Hornets to garner.
West. He's got the range. It's picked up by Ariza. We talked about the length, though. Pau Gasol is staying there in front of him. Kobe wants to dive. Ariza got there late. Instead, Lamar in the corner for 3. Hello! And the Lakers take the lead at 39-38. That is their first lead of the game.
And Kobe again setting that table. They double him in the post, and he just kicks it out in the extra pass.
Rizzo Butler answers.
That's what he can do.
Yeah, well, they've got a few of those guys.
Yeah, and you have to with Chris Paul. Because he's going to get you some looks.
So whether it's Stojaković, Posey, that time Rizzo Butler, and they are 39% as a team. Trevor Ariza right by Armstrong. Don't get the roll. Gasol. The same can be said for him on the little tap. That's where the game began when the Lakers had easy looks inside. Couldn't convert. 41-39. 50% shooting for the Hornets, 40% for the Lakers. And a wide open David West. His face-up game, one of the better ones now, out just beyond the high post. He's into double figures with 10.
I don't think Phil Jackson's too happy right now.
Lamar again, right to the hole. And another read sends Lamar to the line for a three-point opportunity.
Phil actually was up wanting a timeout, but
over there.
The team attacked before he could get it to the official, and they get a possible three-point coming in off the bench.
And just over the last few home games, Lamar has been more of a factor at the offensive end, averaging 9 and 6 overall, but as you mentioned, in double figures already and going to the line.
And it's something he has to consciously be aware of, because it's not his nature to be very aggressive offensively for himself. He's a team guy. He's a facilitator.
So Lamar converts on the three-point play. Lakers back within one. Let's see if they can get some stops, though. Not that many threes taken. Chris Paul back on the floor, along with Stojaković, West, Hilton Armstrong. In there, Tyson Chandler has 3 fouls, and Rasul Butler. Now inside of 10 of the shot clock. And it's not in the hands of Chris Paul. That makes a difference. But he's got it at the end of the shot clock, and a long rebound comes out. Hilton Armstrong with the left hand. Good look for Hilton Armstrong. A guy that they're giving more minutes to. Third year out of UConn, first-round pick in 2006. 12th overall for the Hornets.
Well, David West has been on the floor now with those two, and the Lakers haven't really exploited that. So he's comfortable to play now without worrying about fouls. That's an inverted whistle.
Yeah, it went off Kobe's shin over to Lamar Odom on the. That would have been an interesting assist had it gone up and Lamar made it. Because Kobe touched it last. 8 of the shot clock for the Lakers. 4:42 left in the half. Now, Derek Fisher's been out there for 16 minutes. And I bring that up because Phil Jackson just said recently. Fish, Chandler. At least he got to the rim. And right back at it. The Bulldog foul by Butler.
I tell you, he just does not quit, does he?
Yeah. Tenacity.
You're talking about a guy that competes. You're talking about Derek Fisher, who earns himself 2 free throws, missed his shot, but got his own rebound and then attacked and got the whistle. The foul on Butler.
And I bring up 30 minutes because Fish is averaging 30 minutes a game so far this season. He has played, though, significantly more in the 6 games before Sunday's win over the Blazers when he played just about 33. It was 37 minutes a contest in those 6. And 3 times over the last 7, he's played better than 40. So until Jordan Farmar gets back, more minutes. And it'll be interesting to see how Fish holds up at 34 years of age. Got a whistle.
Some blood on Rasul Butler.
So he's headed over to the bench. It's a 2-point Hornets lead. They have the basketball.
You know, you're talking about Derek Fisher's minutes. You know, when he's playing those kind of minutes, I think one of the keys is keep him off the practice floor. I mean, for him to play 35, 38 minutes, I think he's still in a good physical condition to do that. But I don't think he can do it if you're going to ask him to practice the next day on a day off. I think on days off, Fish should be relegated to shooting free throws.
Yeah, you know, Phil Jackson, as you bring that up, he's done that a lot with Kobe and Pau Gasol early this year, where if there's been a rash of games where maybe there's 4 games over 6 days, he's said to those guys, you don't have to run. Take a break. And I think that same consideration is going to be there for Derek Fisher.
And it should be, but telling Kobe you don't have to run is ridiculous. What? There's a basketball in the gym? I want to run.
Devin Brown has come back into the game, taking over from Rasul Butler. Is headed back to the locker room to get patched up. Deep. An air ball. It's almost like he didn't even have it in his hands. He got rid of it so quickly.
I mean, I think he was so surprised that he was so open, he forgot where he was to be that open. And, I mean, he's a good shooter, but that one was from Inglewood.
They've missed their last 2 threes. 3rd best percentage-wise in the NBA coming into the game. So the Lakers look to tie or take the lead. Kobe draws 2. Gasol's got Paul on him and couldn't get there. Now, on the run-out, the trailer is Devin Brown. And it's a charge. It'll go the other way.
Oh, Derek took it all, too.
The Bulldog not down for the count. He's back.
Byron is just wondering if he was in the restricted area, but Derek takes it all on the turnover by the Lakers. Chris Paul in transition. What a nightmare that is coming at you. He was definitely in the restricted area, but the Lakers get a break.
So the turnover for New Orleans, there's 7. Lakers with only 2 so far. Kobe had it taken away again. The double paid off on the sideline.
Well, if they're going to run screens with him, they can't do it on the sideline. Do it in the middle of the floor.
David West step through, and a couple of free throws coming up. He was banged around by Lamar Odom.
What I mean, when you run screens and have him come off the screen on the sideline becomes a third defender. Kobe didn't have any room to navigate, and then they doubled him there and got the turnover. But if you do that in the middle of the floor, Kobe can go where he wants.
So the Hornets maintaining the advantage despite the fact they're finishing up the half. Without Tyson Chandler, don't forget. And one of the problems for them earlier this year was not having Chandler on the floor, whether it was an injury or foul trouble like right now. Suspension on Saturday night. He did not play in the Denver game. Last year, Chandler played 70% of their minutes overall on the season. He's at just 52%. Granted, it's early. It's only 30 games in. But for the Hornets to be successful, they've got to keep that guy on the floor.
Well, their 1-2 punch is getting it done. They've got 27 of the 47. So
and you're talking about West and Paul.
West and Paul it is, or Paul and West, whichever case may be.
It'll be a hold on Devin Brown. And Kobe is headed to the free throw line to shoot 2. So both teams going to the line a lot in the first half. This will be 16 attempts for the Lakers, 15 so far for the Hornets. And we have 3:27 to play in the half.
The Lakers, I think in the second half or at halftime, Phil's going to talk to them about their defense. And similar to what they did in the last game, after intermission, the defensive screws started to tighten more and more. And that's what you're going to have to do tonight to get this Hornet team under control.
And you're referring to the third quarter against the Blazers Sunday night, where the Lakers outscored them 30-16, held them to 16 on 36% shooting and forced 5 turnovers. Played real good defense.
Extending their defense here. See what the Hornets do with it.
Devin Brown is fouled. I said there were a lot of whistles, didn't I? More free throws coming up. Those were Kobe's first points, by the way, here in the second quarter. So Lakers out of fouls. Free throws coming up for Devin Brown.
Derek gets called for the foul. He reached in with the right arm, and when you reach, you kind of open the door for the official to blow the whistle. You just want to try to obstruct their vision, keep them in that trap, and hope they'll throw the ball up in the air where one of your teammates on the weak side can come and pick it off.
Let's see if Pau Gasol in the last 3+ can get some touches for the Lakers. Not a lot of rhythm to anybody's offense with that many free throws, but let's see if it cleans up over the final 3.5. So Devin Brown, all-time leading scorer at Texas San Antonio. He splits a pair and makes it a 3-point lead once again for the Hornets. And you joined us after the start of the game. The Hornets were out of the blocks in a hurry, as opposed to the first 2 games of this season series, where the Lakers outscored them by 40 in the first half of the first 2. Kobe, deep 3. It's all even at 48, and Kobe with 14 already.
I mean, he caught that one and just elevated. Devin Brown didn't have a clue what to do.
Chris Paul hit on the way by, and Lamar Odom.
But you see what he does?
He runs into people.
He cuts off the angle so you can't get back in front of him. That's just a very smart play by a very smart player. But that last basket by Kobe, catch, elevate, nothing but bottom. That's just Kobe being Kobe.
Lamar,
everything in the arsenal.
Because Lamar got, it looked like, hit the knee. He's headed over, hobbling to the bench. Third foul, though, for L.O. He's had the last 2 for the Lakers, as Andrew Bynum will check in.
Well, you see how Chris Paul came right into L.O., making sure that he didn't get in a position to get the block. And you can see the pain shown by Lamar Odom on the play.
Chris Paul up to 16 points. He has yet to miss from the stripe. A real clean 5 of 7 from the field. And what a player. First team All-NBA, second team All-Defense last year. Leads the league not only in assists, as I mentioned, but also in steals. And Trevor Ariza of the Lakers also among the top 10 in steals. He is 7th best in the league. So 2-point lead for the Hornets. And they have to have this. Otherwise, the Lakers claim the season series this early in the year. In the Lakers' 33rd game. 10 on the shot clock. Kobe skipping it to Fish. What court vision. Fish can't give him the extra look or the extra assist. Chris Paul all the way to the hole again.
You see how he kept his dribble alive.
I think Trevor Ariza got a piece of that one. On the follow-away, Lakers have numbers. Especially if you can get it to Andrew Bynum. Andrew Bynum real short. Following his own. Shoots two.
Boy, he's long. He is long. He caught that one above his head and kept it there, and nobody could really reach it, so they ended up slapping him on the arm. We'll go to the timeout. The Deuces are on the board. Time out of action.
And unfortunately, you know what it reminds me of? Remember Houston, when he hyperextended his knee on a bad landing. It was right in the middle of the paint on the road at Houston. So the Lakers, they've got Luke Walton on the injury list right now. Luke out for a couple of weeks. Jordan Farmar, hopefully Jordan back by the All-Star break after the surgery, the scope for lateral meniscus.
Well, injuries are something that every team has to, deal with. Every team has to just keep their fingers crossed that they can keep them to a minimum. But in a marathon season like this, you're going to have injuries.
Andrew Bynum coming through at the stripe. He ties it at 50 with 2+ to play in the half. David West and Derek Fisher vacating the premises.
Well, he went halfway and then decided to go back to his man. He wasn't in arm's length of any offensive players, so he gets caught. If you're going to go, you have to go.
David West will take it. And this guy's turned out to be a steal as the 18th overall pick in the 2003 draft. Career highs last year of 21 and 9. Coming in tonight,
I'm disappointed.
Averaging 20 and 7.
Disappointed. I have to talk to Chris Paul after the game. Didn't shoot that technical. Is that a forward shooter? Guards are supposed to shoot the tees. That's the rule.
Yao Ming goes to the line for the Rockets. Jump on them. Chris Paul, and almost like an afterthought, but Trevor Ariza flashed. And I like the way Trevor Ariza now has been on Chris Paul. Phil Jackson talked about it, the way Trevor played him down the stretch. In the last game out in New Orleans, Kobe caught up. It's Fish. Real short. There was a line drive out of his hand.
They've got 10-on-1.
Devin Brown on the reverse. So it's back to a 3-point lead. Fast break points, like the previous game, it belonged to the Hornets. Not as dramatic this time. 90 seconds left. Going Bynum to go up. Reposted. Oh, Chris Paul on a pass that was right in his vision. So Paul with a takeaway and the bucket. Points off a turnover for Chris Paul. He did it all. 5-point lead. Not a real good close to the half for the Lakers.
Not good at all. There's still a minute to play. Let's see if they can cut into this 5-point deficit.
Taking the ball out of Kobe's hands, aren't they? And thrown away by the Lakers once again. Well, they took it out of Kobe's hands on the sideline. The Lakers better get back. It's Devin Brown. And the Lakers asleep at the wheel. Inside of a minute to play. That can't happen. 7-0 run for the Hornets, and Andrew Bynum called for the offensive foul. Hilton Armstrong shot out of a cannon.
I'll tell you what, last minute and a half, 2 minutes of this half, the Lakers have really come unglued a little bit. The turnovers, not getting back defensively. What was a 50-50 game is now a 57-50 with a minute or so to play.
And it seemed like just about 2 minutes ago it was 7-2 in turnovers, and now it's 7-6. Lakers with 4 in a hurry. So 6 overall. Shot clock coming down on Chris Paul. The floater over Pau Gasol. Too deep. Man, he gets that close to the basket. 9-0 run. 21 for Chris Paul. What a performance.
Trying to bait Powell into dislocating his shoulder, swinging at that teardrop.
It'll be Trevor Ariza. And Trevor sets it up. Took his time. Kobe on the assist. So 5 off the bench for Ariza. 6 is the deficit. And what's it going to be when they head to the locker room?
One, they got to get the ball out of this man's hands. Because he is navigating into the paint. Neither Bynum nor Powell have been able to alter. And they have played
most of their second quarter without their starting center, Tyson Chandler. Chris Paul again into the paint. Money. Boy, is he good when he gets to the rim. Now Kobe got a shot at the buzzer and does it. Never fails when it gets into his hands. He knew what was going on.
Well, they'll review it, but it looked like it was good from our vantage point. That's why he's the most dangerous player, taking a last-second shot. Chris Paul looking like, I've seen it before, but I still don't believe it.
They thought they were headed to the locker room with an 8-point advantage. Is it 5?
Well, it's definitely out of his hands before the lights come on, so it's going to count. As Kobe looks at it, watches it go through, says, how many times have I done this? It's been done a lot by number 24.
Also talked to Jim Clemens. He said, guys, we got to run our offense. We're just poor executing on the offensive end of the glass, on the offensive end of the floor, I should say, and Chris Paul is controlling us instead of controlling them. We've got to play with a lot more energy than we did in that first half. We'll see if they can change that, guys, in the second.
Okay, thank you. And now our thoughts are with Lamar Odom. Thanks to Michael Eaves outside the Lakers locker room, and he'll continue to give us updates as soon as the Lakers provide them. Stojaković, long, and David West will save it. The ricochet.
There was a good example of a long shot and a long rebound. Trevor reached for it, but he couldn't get to it.
Foul is called. So the second half starts the way the first half ended, with a whistle. First on Kobe.
Kobe reached around on Chris Paul. Looked like he got nothing but ball, but the official says, no, you got him. So the whistle sounded. First foul on Kobe.
The two teams combined to shoot 38 free throws in the first half, and David West continues to fill it up. He had good space over Pau Gasol that time. 7-point lead.
Well, they've got to get Pau going here. I mean, that's some of the story. Obviously, the defense is the biggest part, but Pau has to get on the board.
Kobe, quick release. Rasul Butler trying to recover. 19 for Kobe. 5-point deficit for the Lakers. So we're watching a display by, you can make an argument that he is the best lead guard in the NBA today. Off that time, and Andrew Bynum takes it away from Kobe and Pau Gasol. And I'll bring it up because a couple of years ago, it was clearly Steve Nash.
Well, right now, it is Mr. Paul.
Kobe, back-to-back. Lakers down by 3, 63-60, and 21 for Kobe on 7 of 9.
Yeah, he's been very, very efficient tonight. 21 points on only 9 official attempts. That's efficiency.
He scored 25 or more in 11 consecutive games. Longest run in the NBA is Tyson Chandler just imposing himself inside on Andrew Bynum. And a couple of free throws coming up for Tyson Chandler. Back down outside the locker room, Michael Eaves.
Yeah, Joe, we have the official word now. Lamar will not return in the second half tonight. When he came back on the court to try to work through some of that soreness, as I mentioned, see if he had some stability. He didn't feel it was there, so they decided to take him out of this game for the rest of the evening. He will also undergo an MRI tomorrow morning, and the Lakers hope to put out an official release on his condition sometime in the afternoon.
All right, thank you. So bad news all the way around for the Lakers. And our thoughts,
especially for Lamar.
Yeah, with Lamar Odom. With 12 points tonight, 3 assists, a great start overall, very active.
Tyson Chandler, 4 out of 4 from the free throw line, 2 out of 2 from the field. Yeah, he just has to stay on the floor for the Hornets.
Yeah, and last year, a guy that shot 59% of the strike. Kobe splitting the double, setting it up for Derek Fisher. And Fish comes through. 2-point game. Kobe on the assist. Fish, his third triple of the game, and he's got 10.
Well, Kobe realizes that, one, Chris Paul likes to come off of his man and try to get steals, and Kobe's finding Derek, and hopefully Derek can continue to find the hoop.
Chris Paul trying to get it to Tyson Chandler, rejected that pass.
And that was definitely a pass. I wonder if the official scorekeeper will give a block shot on that, but that was the pass.
We had Chandler trying to get the backdoor lob.
And that's a good play by Andrew, because if he doesn't jump, that's a lob that's going to be successful.
It's a 2-point game. 2 minutes gone here in the third. David West, boy, is he red hot tonight. David West has 17 on 6 of 10 shooting. Well, his 6th year out of Xavier of Ohio.
I'm going to repeat it. They've got to get Pau involved in the offense.
This is his first touch of the second half. And now up against West, the double. And to get the roll finally. He's on the board.
You see who came in to stop the dribble? Chris Paul again.
David West free again. Same result. Target practice the way he's shooting tonight. 19 for David West, right at his average.
Well, 19 for him, 23 for Chris Paul.
Andrew Bynum falling away against Tyson Chandler.
Well, Tyson can make you do that with his jumping ability. You have to put your body on him. You can't give him a free jump.
Chris Paul, the great look for Tyson Chandler. What a pass by Chris Paul. That is his 8th, making his 9th now. Assist of the game. Chandler in the double figures. 6-point ball game. Pau Gasol getting West out of position. Will shoot 2. So David West just got his third foul. He had 2 in the first 6 minutes of the game.
The best defense against a guy that's hot as David West is making play defense. As Chris Paul just surgically taking the Lakers apart right now. I mean, whether it's scoring for himself or that left-handed pass to Tyson Chandler. I think beauty.
First trip to the free throw line for Pau Gasol. The Lakers are now 14 of 19 at the stripe, 74%, 19 of 22, 86%. And you had mentioned it helps when a guy like Tyson Chandler is 4 of 4. So Gasol with a couple, and the Lakers back within 4. It's been a game of catch-up all night long for the Lakers. They relaxed, in fact, with 2 minutes to play in the half, too much so. They tied it at 50. And the Hornets went on a 9-0 run.
They got very careless. I mean, it was tied at 50, and then they must have had, in 5 possessions or so, 4 turnovers.
David West trying to get to the rim. Did exactly that around Pau Gasol. 21 for West.
I think David West has heard enough about how Pau has been a difficult match for him. He is really taking it right now.
On the handoff, Monovich blowing the dunk. Paul has Butler, and Butler won't make any mistakes with that slam. 75-67, and the Lakers need a timeout.
Yeah, Phil Jackson not happy. He hasn't been happy with a lot of what's been going on for quite some time in this ball game. 8:15 left in the third, and the Lakers back down by 8. Coming up, Chris Paul. Hall of Fame credentials? I'll say.
G-Coop.
Brilliant display tonight by the gifted guard of the Hornets, Chris Paul, already with 23 points and 10 assists. He's got him up by 8, and there's only 4 players that so far in their careers, and these guys have retired, averaging 18 and 9, the Big O, Isaiah Thomas. So the requirement is 18 plus points, 9 plus assists. Magic Johnson, of course, for the Lakers, and now Chris Paul, and it's very early in his career, 4th year out of Wake Forest. But he's already shown that if he stays healthy, the numbers are only going to get better for the Hornets as a franchise. He is that good.
Scary thing is he's getting better.
Yeah,
that's the scary thing.
His season high is 17 assists, career best 21. And we've seen it before. Don't forget, early in the season, and it was 2 years ago when the Hornets won here. And it was actually last year at the beginning of the year in November. You remember when Stojaković had 10 three-pointers? Hornets won that game, and it was all set up by Chris Paul. He's spaced. Has Kobe on the step back. Has kept the Lakers close. He's got 23, only 2 other Lakers in double figures. That is Lamar, who's out for the night, unfortunately, with a hyper-extended knee. Lamar with 12 and 10 for Fish.
Kobe shooting 80% from the field.
You got to cover that guy. David West. Maybe. Yeah, you got to put somebody on his hip pocket. He's got 23 points, and he's been hot out of the locker room. In fact, the Hornets are 7 of 9 to start the second half. Here's Andrew Bynum. He barely got to the rim with that jump hook. An 8-point deficit at 77-69, but there's got to be other sources right now for the Lakers other than Kobe. And will it be Pau Gasol? David West, right on line.
Yeah, he thought he made that one.
He's feeling that good about things.
Well, he was in his back pedal.
He was 9 of 14 with 23 points. Kobe, challenge deep 3, makes no difference. That was on the sideline. Back to 5. So Kobe with 26, averaging 27 a game coming in. And he knows, he senses it. You can feel it, Stu, that they need him offensively tonight more than as a facilitator.
Let's see what they do about the defensive end now. I mean, they've got to make some adjustments with Chris Paul's high screen roll and this man right here, David West.
And David West on a roll, and Andrew Bynum came over to help out as the secondary defender.
See, that's what you do to guys that are hot from the field. You have to make them take it to the basket.
Paul knocked it off, and I'm talking about Chris Paul, knocked it away from Pau Gasol out of bounds.
What I mean by make a guy like David West take it to the basket as your teammate, I can't help you if you're letting him shoot jump shots. I can help you if you're forcing to dribble the ball where I can get it, where I can come into play.
Okay, Andrew Bynum with Chris Paul. And on the deflection, David West with the shot clock coming down all season. Got to close. Real short. And a good job by Gasol taking it away from Tyson Chandler. Only a 5-point deficit for the Lakers, giving up so many points. Kobe Asking for him, receiving the pick. And still goes with it. Will it stay down? It will. Kobe coming through. 77-75. That is the definition of great touch. Paul goes to the line looking for the three-point play. How tough is this kid?
I tell you, he's going to dislocate one of these big shoulders. Andrew Bynum was swinging at that one again. When you swing and swing hard and get nothing but air, whoo, it takes a toll. As Chris Paul just making sure Derek doesn't get back into position. Andrew Bynum tried to get the block, not able to.
He got the three-point play. So Chris Paul now with 11 assists and 26 points on a real clean 9 of 15. But overall, the Lakers just haven't stopped him. 56% shooting. Another. Kobe's got a triple. Keeping the Lakers in it. 80-78. What a performance at the opposite end.
He's 11 out of 13 from the field. Oh, my goodness.
Chris Paul. Not that time. Radmanovic tracks it down. Lakers look to tie it or take the lead.
Yeah. I know if they goes to Kobe, the crowd will stand up because they know what's going to happen. There's going to be another shot or two.
It'll be Radmanovic with the foul. Or make it Stojaković, rather, with the foul on the pass. And a good job by Vlade because that was the mismatch inside Gasol with Stojaković on his back.
I mean, Kobe's last basket, he just catch and elevate. Thought he said he got fouled on it. He looked at the official and said, he hits me on the arm after the ball is released.
This is wild. 80-78. A lot of D tonight. 5+ to play in the third. And the whistle from the baseline. Is it going to be Butler tracking Kobe?
Yep. Held him as he went through.
Russell Butler. He was trying to tangle with him on his way through the paint. Third and third team foul. Third on Butler.
That's the best way to stop Kobe. Don't let him catch the ball. If you have to hold him, hold him.
Hot hand is Kobe. Fish on the run out and Gasol. Right over Tyson Chandler. Put his body into him. It is tied, believe it or not, at 80.
It's hard to jump when you got another 200+ pounds on you. That's why shot blockers, you go to their chest so that they really can't elevate as much.
The chant of defense. Okay.
What is that, a new dance?
Is there going to be a signing? Stojaković, good run out. He got it anyway. Stops an 11-3 run. Peja Stojaković. Oh, man. That's only his second basket of the night. He's got 6. Kobe off the pick by Bynum. Step back. Inside the arc. Long two. 17 in the quarter for Kobe as he is up to 34.
People in Staples Center have seen this act before from Kobe many, many times.
83-82 Hornets. Paul looking for anybody inside. Now you close on him. Yeah, got to put a hand up. He got the shot he wanted. It was a nice little floater and a step back from about 8-10 feet. Lakers only down by a point. They've only led once in this game by a single point. Kobe weaves his way, setting up Radmanovic, the rainbow. Right back to Stojaković.
Just a little too strong. It was right on the line.
Yeah, the emotions in this building. One-point game. Hesitation by West, throws it away. Turnover gives it back to the Lakers with 3:32 to play in the third. And Trevor Ariza is going to be checking in for Radmanovic.
James Posey came in for Russell Butler.
And they will not let Ariza check in yet. Shea got to the table too late.
Well, it wasn't because he didn't hustle down there.
He ran.
Trevor, I like the way he gets to the scorer's table, like he does everything else with quickness.
So inside of 3.5 left. The Lakers get the lead for the first time of the second half. Fish, they leave him alone. He'll burn him. 85-83. Derek Fisher up to 13. All 4 of his baskets tonight have been three-pointers. He's 1 of 2 at the free throw line.
Well, Kobe is really making it easy for other players now because they're sending everybody at him.
Inside of 3. David West with a high hand, but he hasn't had many touches over the last couple of minutes. Trying to get Gasol out of position. Instead, they leave their shooting. Not this time, though, for Stojaković. And Chris Paul with the reach. 4th team foul. So the Lakers not shooting yet with 2:48 to play. Timeout. And What a wild one this has turned into. What a shootout.
A shootout is a good description of this one. 2:48 left in the third, and both teams have somebody that's really getting it done. Well, the Hornets have a couple of somebodies, and of course the Lakers have stopped.
Out of the timeout, though, a turnover. Stojaković not close. And Fisher gave it away on the pass as it was picked off by Chris Paul. Gets it right back. A break that Stojaković isn't his usual self at Staples. 2 of 8 overall. Kobe, though, the story. And Derek Fisher. That's the first miss from either one of them here in the third. Kobe is 7 of 7, 3 of 3 from beyond the arc. And now Chris Paul slices his way to the rim. I thought he was going to curl it home.
He thought so, too.
Oh, man.
He put some spin on that ball.
Too much. Ariza, the triple. Stays out. Gasol there trying to clean it up. And Posey on the reach has his 4th foul. Free throws now for Pau Gasol. They're over the limit.
And that's a foul that Posey can't afford because he's guarding Kobe. You got to save all of your fouls for number 24 because you're going to commit some. Or maybe not.
Now, before those 2 misses, the Lakers 11 of 15, so now 11 of 17 here in the third. 11 of 17. And
thank you, Kobe and Fish.
Yeah, 5 of 7 from beyond the arc. 2 of 3 to play. With the Lakers with their biggest lead of the game at 3. 86-83. They have played from behind all night long. In fact, it was 77-69. 4 minutes into the third before the Lakers went on a 16-6 run.
It's going to be interesting to see if Phil Jackson gives Kobe the top of the quarter rest that he normally does. It's going to be very interesting.
Well, he's got 29 minutes out there, 31 for Derek Fisher.
Yeah, but when a player is this hot, he doesn't get tired. He doesn't even think about fatigue.
Leave him there until he asks. And I don't think Kobe will ever ask anything. Come on. Inside of 2 to play. Lakers by 4, 87-83, and Fish picking up the first in the final 2 minutes. So now that's the last foul to give for the Lakers.
You know, we talk about all these battles, but the battle at the point guard with Chris and Derek, that's always fun to watch. They've been really going at one another.
And Bynum floating over to the strong side. Chandler coming into the middle of the paint, but it's David West getting the hole and blowing the layup as Bynum kept it away from Tyson Chandler. Kobe thinking 3. No. How about a dunk? Pau Gasol. Kobe on the assist.
Now that was the smartest play of the night. Kobe had an open look at a 3, but getting Pau involved with a sure 2 points.
Well, Pau has 10 points here in the third. So Pau Gasol 0 for 4, and now hasn't missed so far here in the third. Trying to track the water butt. And leaving Stojaković. What a break.
Wow.
He is now 2 for 9.
Trevor dodged a major bullet.
And a glare from the bench. Kobe off the Gasol pick. Fish spacing if he wants it. Instead over David West. First miss of the third for Kobe. On the run out, David West available. Man, he's got the dunk. Chris Paul, as Pau Gasol tried to get back into it. Chris Paul, how creative with the passes. That's 25 for David West, 26 for Chris Paul to go along with 13 assists now. How about that pass? And it frees up Kobe. Gets the best of Posey. Andrew Bynum got it right back to him. Why not? Lakers 92-85.
Well, Kobe stopped and came back from where he had just vacated. Posey thought he was going to continue. That's what happens when you think, I guess.
Chris Paul with a spin. A little flip. He's so talented. 28 for Chris Paul. Keeping it now close for New Orleans at 92-87. About 6 seconds separating the game clock, shot clock. As Kobe will keep it up top against the length of James Posey.
They're trying to take it out of his hand.
And they did for a triple for Ariza. That's a wedge.
A little soon also. I don't know what the differential was, but I know it wasn't 8, 9 seconds.
Now Chris Paul step back over Bynum. And there's a foul on the floor. And a couple of free throws coming up. It'll be Tyson Chandler going to the line.
Trevor.
Derek Fisher with the foul.
Gary. Wow.
They're both just trying to keep Tyson Chandler away from the rim, the potential rebound, or the lob. So with a second to play, Tyson Chandler back at the free throw line where he is perfect so far. He is 4 of 4, 20 of 23, and make it 21 of 24 for the Hornets. Well, if you ever dreamt of having your picture taken with the entire Lakers squad, here's your chance with Chili's making the Lakers contest. To enter, visit a participating Chili's restaurant, take a picture with a Chili's team member, then submit it online. Lakers.com/Chili's. Enter now, and it's ending on the 20th pitch of the buzzer. Wide right. So the Lakers, trailing by 5 at the half, go to the break, up by 3.
Wow, what a fourth quarter we're going to have. Both teams are hot right now. Nobody's playing the type of defense it's going to take to win.
On 31 makes.
The only time the ball is not in his hand is when he's passing it for someone to shoot, or he's shooting it himself. It reminds me back in the day when Nate Archibald led the league in scoring and assists. Had the ball all the time. Well, he was a nightmare to try to defend.
Kobe 13 of 16 overall from the field. Yet, as you mentioned, was yet to miss from beyond the arc. So Kobe up against Posey. Inside the arc, a little step through. Lost the handle, was knocked away. Couldn't get the glass. And picked up by West. Josh Pyle out there for the first time tonight. Butler stepping into a 3. And long rebound. Coming out to David West. Sasha out there on the dive. It's Butler. And it'll be a foul on Pau Gasol.
That's why you try to dunk in traffic. You're more apt to get a whistle. If he tries to be cute with that one, probably Pau blocks it and no whistle. So always attack the rim with aggression. Nice job by Rasul Butler.
And if you're wondering why Josh Fowler's out there as opposed to potentially Lamar Odom is out for the rest of the night, as he was injured, hyperextended knee, just landed awkwardly in the first half. So our thoughts are with LO right now. He's got an MRI scheduled for tomorrow, so not be the Lakers at Golden State, at least on the trip tonight. MRI tomorrow morning. So a couple of free throws for Rasul Butler, and it's back to a 1-point lead for the Lakers at 92-91.
Now they got Sasha running the point. You have to be very careful with Chris Paul.
Sasha wide open. And Josh Powell going back at it. And they'll call a walk.
Is that a crab dribble?
LeBron. Where's that jump stop? Opening minute of the fourth. And for the Lakers, their 9th turnover compared to 8 for the Hornets.
You talk about a back and forth game. This is the prime example of one of those. Look at Chris. See? Ball's in his hand. Ball's in his hand.
He never gives up the dribble, and now he does. And David West is denied.
Good job by Trev.
Yeah. Trevor Ariza looked like he got a piece of it. Sasha wanted to go to Pau Gasol. That wasn't available. Down the floor. A good idea. It was a low percentage look on the pass if he goes there. Kobe wants it. Here comes the quick double. It'll be Ariza on the run out. And right by David West. And it's batted away by West. Gasol will save it. Second chance opportunity for the Lakers. Kobe held by Butler. So Rasul Butler gets his 4th. First team foul. So they're even in team fouls at the outset of the 4th.
And that's what you have to do when a guy is as hot as Kobe is. You are forced to just be all over him. And because he handles the ball so well both directions, he's going to get by you.
Kobe going back the other way, waiting for the pick. And thought he heard a whistle. It'll be picked up by Posey. Opportunity now for the Hornets to take the lead. And Chris Paul. He creates contact. He will invade your space. He does it very, very effectively.
And as a defender, that's exactly what your complaint is to officials. Sometimes you say to them, where am I supposed to go when he jumps into me? And Chris Paul comes down, and is that a little bit of a carry?
Not much.
Just a tad. But that's his normal dribble is similar to that. Gets weighted.
Inside of 10 on the shot clock, David West going to the hole with the left hand, and they call the foul. So free throws coming up for David West. Foul on Gasol. Riding him. And West a perfect 5 of 5 at the free throw line with a double-double. 4th on Pau Gasol. So they lost a close one and came back from a big deficit at Denver. That snapped a 4-game winning streak for the Hornets. They're trying to get their first win over the Lakers this season. Lakers win. They have already taken the season series. It'll be their 3rd straight this year over the Hornets.
Well, I mean, what I said earlier, it's important for the Hornets to, to win this game. Obviously important for the Lakers, too. But I think more important for the Hornets because these two teams are probably going to face each other in the playoffs sometime. And you don't want to go into a series with a team that mentally you just don't think you can beat them.
They were eliminated last year in the postseason by San Antonio. And on the back tap.
That's a punch with the fist, wasn't it?
Right. You got it. Joe Crawford got it. It'll go back to the Lakers. It was Hilton Armstrong. You can back tap it, but you can't close your fist on the basketball.
You're not allowed to use a closed fist to hit the basketball, period. You can see Hilton Armstrong's fist, or clenched hand there, clenched fist, violation.
Early touch for Gasol in the half-court set against Hilton Armstrong.
Well, he had him basically.
Yeah, I thought so too. Now Sasha instead for 3. And good pass for Josh Powell. Powell cleans it up. A 2-point lead for the Lakers.
There's a good close on the shot by Sasha, by David West. Sasha normally draws iron.
Straight roll game. Chris Paul. It's an air ball. You could see it was almost like when he jumped it up, it was out of his hands, like he lost it a little bit. Kobe, last pass, Posey on a roll. He'll finger roll it home. 4-point Laker lead as Kobe is up to 39.
Well, Phil Jackson answered my question. What was he going to do at the top of the quarter when he normally rests Kobe? I'm sure Kobe said, look, let me play.
Hot, and they need his offense too much. David West again. He was trying to step back and create contact and pointed to Kobe like he got hit. He'll take the bucket. He will. 28 for David West. Kobe looking for space against Butler. Sets it up. Ariza, another try. This time, he'll get it. 5-point Laker lead. Trevor Ariza with 8 points off the bench on 8 shots.
And that's going to be available because of all the attention Kobe's getting. Foul on Sasha.
Yeah, they call the reach. So the Lakers with their 3rd team foul. Make it 4. They're out of fouls the rest of the game. Only one so far on the Hornets. That's important.
One of those nights for Sasha. He can't do anything without getting the whistle. 8:20 left in the 4th. Lakers by 5. When we come back, Michael Lees will have a chat with that man, Luke Walton.
And welcome back to Staples Center. The Lakers hanging on to a 5-point lead over the Hornets, 99-94. Michael Lee's back courtside with you, joined now by Luke Walton, who would much rather be in the game. And we take a look at the boot you have on tonight, Luke. Sesamoiditis, am I saying that right? We were trying to explain what that was before the game. Basically, it's an irritation with the tendons and the bones you have going into your big foot and your big toe.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it tough to do, to play basketball because it's right on the ball of your foot. So it's every time you step or you run or you cut, you use that part of your foot. And, I try to play through it in the Utah game and then practice the next day, and it just got worse and worse. So we had to shut it down for a little bit.
You're going to have the boot on for at least a week, do some rehab exercises in the pool. Do you hope to be back at that 2-week notice that the team gave everyone else?
I hope to be back as soon as I can. I mean, every morning I get up, I try to take the boot off and test it out a little bit. So as soon as it stops hurting, I'm going to try to get out there and play again.
All right, final 8 minutes of this game. Play TV basketball analyst for me. How do the Lakers hang on and win this game?
Well, we're going to have to stop their pick and roll. David West and Chris Paul are playing great tonight, and that's what they're going to go to at the end of the game. We've got to be aggressive and not let that beat us.
All right, Luke, appreciate the time. Get well soon.
Thank you very much.
Hey, guys, with this bench getting shorter, definitely need Luke Walton back on the floor as soon as possible.
All right, and Kobe, too, as he's over on the bench. It's going to be real short. Ariza tries to track it. Chris Paul comes away with it. He's got a man advantage. Ariza behind the play now. His space, Butler. And Rasul Butler ties it up at 99. So David West, Luke Walton was talking with Michael Lees. And Butler up to 10. Got the bucket to go up to 30 points. His season high is 33. Sasha, quick catch and shoot. Off the fingertips. Butler, a break for the Hornets. Goes right to Chandler.
And it's a dangerous time for the Lakers because the bulk of their offense was coming at the hands of 24. Now somebody else has to generate. And who's it going to be? Powell in the post?
David West going into the line. So the Lakers are out of fouls. That was a shooting foul anyway. It's called on Josh Powell, who did a pretty good job defensively to stay in front of David West.
They do protect shooters, though. That's something that's always happened and always will happen, and it's a good thing because it doesn't take much contact at all to disrupt a shot. If you just barely touch a shooter on the hand or whatever, or an arm, his shot's going haywire. It's Kobe checking back into the game.
Yeah, he'll be back in between free throws. David West giving the Hornets the lead by 1. Right now on a 6-0 run, New Orleans. Sasha sits down, Kobe back in, and Kobe with 39. Season high, it came at Orlando, 41. And there's the story tonight with the Bobcats winning in overtime. Missed free throw by Felton in regulation. Been only a 2-point lead for the Bobcats. Pierce tied. The Bobcats with the hustle plays down the stretch. Rockets are really in a bad way. In the last couple of weeks, they have not been able to get out of their own way. 7-0 run for New Orleans as the Rockets lost to Philadelphia tonight. And a 2-point lead for New Orleans here. And the Lakers only one home loss this year. Game at the hand of the Pistons on November 14th. Josh Powell facing up over David West. And it was picked up by Posey as Pau Gasol was all locked up with Tyson Chandler. So a dry spell at the wrong time for the Lakers. Still a lot of time. 6:45 to play.
7-0 run here. They were up 5, and now David West put them up 4. So
his night. Yeah. And a season high now for David West of 34, and not far from his career best. So whether it's Stojaković, West, or Paul, Stojaković not a factor. Kobe got Butler out of position into space, and a rare miss as Powell comes away with it.
Well, Josh Powell's an excellent offensive rebounder. You talk about moving your feet and going to get the ball.
Fish out on the arc. Derrick coming up empty. Off the lip of the rim. So let's see if the Lakers they're not going to get to the free throw line if they settle for threes. Down by 4. 103-99. Ariza Campbell. And keeps it alive. Took it away from Posey.
That's why they teach you to keep the ball in 2 hands.
And now Derek Fisher, the distance, and it's out of bounds off Kobe. Fish is going to get a team.
Foul.
Yeah. He's got to finish plays like that, and I can understand his frustration. And how much contact was there on that play?
As he brings it up, he thinks he has an opening, which he does. And he, just anticipated the contact, and then Kobe knocks it out of bounds. So we've got a timeout. 5:54 to go in the 4th, and the Lakers, well, they're trailing again.
Took over. They scored 36 points. It's the other extreme so far, unfortunately, for the Lakers here in the 4th. Taking way too many threes. They're 3 of 14 shooting in the final 12 minutes. So, Maria Sharapova, Jack Nicholson, as usual here at Staples Center. And after the technical, right before the timeout, David West. Technical on Derek Fisher. David West going to the line. He's only got 1 misser, 8 of 9. In fact, 27 of 31 for the Hornets.
Oh, that basket looks so big for David West right now. He could probably make that with his eyes closed.
He's got 35. He's only 5 off his career high.
And they've stretched back out to a 5-point lead with possession of the ball. So still a lot of time, about 6 minutes to go. Lakers have to start tightening the defensive screw.
Andrew Bynum back into the game for the Lakers for the matchup with Tyson Chandler.
Well, and I like that, bringing him back, because that means that David West has to go back to defending Pau Gasol. When when Andrew wasn't on the floor, Tyson Chandler guarded Pau.
Chris Paul, Stacey, it'll be Posey, gets the triple. It's now a 13-0 run for the Hornets. They're up by 8. That is their second biggest lead of the game. 107-99 New Orleans. 5.5 to play. So now the Lakers desperate for a spurt of their own. Got to get to the rim, get to the free throw line.
Well, it's going to be hard with the way they're trapping Kobe right now.
At a reach. It's only the second team foul, though, on the Hornets. Lakers out of fouls a couple of minutes ago. It'll be the 4th on West.
What I meant by it's going to be hard, Trevor is a guy that goes to the rim. Everybody else, the other 2 bigs, they're post players.
They space. It's Ariza. Hard off the heel. It'll come out to Chris Paul.
And they're going to live with somebody other than Kobe taking shots. And why not?
Butler's getting help in the matchup with Kobe. Been David West night. He's been the difference. The secondary guy. And it continues. He's up to 37. And a 15-0 run has not been answered by the Lakers.
Biggest lead of the night.
First double-digit lead as Fish in the corner. Range of three. So finally, after the long dry spell, a lot of time, 4.5 to play, but the Lakers have to come up with some answers at this end of the floor.
And they haven't had any answers thus far.
Chris Paul trying to create contact.
So now you got to step up, make him put it on the floor.
And off the glass, it'll stay out as Bynum comes up with a key rebound.
I mean, Powell's worried about getting beat off the dribble, but that's what you want. When a guy is hot from the perimeter, you want him going into the defense.
Trevor Ariza stayed out that time. The one he hit in the corner, a lot more arc to it. And that was his best-looking stroke of the night, as Trevor is just 3 for 10 after the miss. Inside of 4 to play. Inside of 10 on the shot clock. Paul. All the way back to Gasol. The opening there for the Lakers now. Been a game of runs. Fish. Who's probing? Nothing available. A lot of time on the shot clock. Derek Fisher is challenged. It'll be saved by Posey. So it didn't touch anything. The Lakers trying to get to it as well. Trevor Ariza. And now concerned with the clock working against the Lakers. Not a lot of spacing with your teammates on the floor. That's what David West had to contend with, but he's going to get to the hole and draw the reach. See, he's attacking, and the Lakers have not been able to really get to the rim here in the fourth. So free throws for David West. That's the 5th on Pau Gasol.
You know, they have players like David West can attack. You know, that's what I mentioned earlier. Aside from Kobe, off the dribble, the Lakers don't have on the floor right now players that attack off the dribble. Trevor can.
But he has been shooting from outside.
Andrew, post player. Derek, a perimeter guy.
And out of the 10 shots, believe it or not, for Trevor Ariza, at least 6, if not 7 of those 10 have been from beyond the arc. So it would serve him well to attack the basket. It'll be Sasha Vujacic coming in now for Trevor with 3:02 to play and an 8-point deficit for the Lakers. Staring at them right now, their second home loss of the season. And their 6th of the year.
This possession for the Lakers is going to be crucial. They have got to get 2 or 3 points in this next possession.
David West with 39 points, only a point away from his career high as he got both free throws. The Lakers just 4 for 18 here in the fourth. Kobe trying to get to the rim, and it's given away. So he was looking past. That was not a shot. And free throws coming up.
No, timeout.
Yeah. Fish tried to steal it, but the timeout called by Byron Scott from behind.
Well, the Hornets are in control. They pretty much have been in control of the game the whole. Hornets lead by 9, 2:44 to play. Hornets basketball, and David West having himself quite an evening. 14 out of 23 from the field, 11 out of 12 from the charity stripe. In his spare time, he's picked up 10 rebounds for his 39 points. The only thing he hasn't gotten is an assist. That's why I said you got to make him put it on the floor and be a playmaker. The other thing I might have tried was putting a different face on him. You know, when a player gets hot like that, got to show him different looks.
And you talked about Chris Paul only getting better. Well, the same can be said for David West, who went to his first All-Star game last year and finished in the top 25 in both scoring and rebounding.
And they're going to put a different look on him. They're going to put an Andrew Bynum on him. So now you know he's going to go to the basket. I was thinking more in the form of Trevor Ariza.
Final 2:37 to play. Into the shot clock for West. And knocked away from behind by Fish. Picked up by Sasha. So there's one takeaway. But the Lakers down by 9. You can't have any unsuccessful trips, though, at this end of the floor.
You got to be pretty clean from here on out.
Bynum. And it'll be a charge. It'll be a charge on Andrew Bynum. Leaning into David West. Fourth on Andrew Bynum. Bad time for a turnover. And for the Lakers, they're 11th of the contest.
And now they're going to just milk as much of the clock as possible, which they do this anyhow. I mean, Chris Paul does a good job of getting his shot attempts when the shot clock is in the single digits.
Down at 8. He tries to split through the pick out top. David West, they won't get it off in time. So the Lakers get the stop, but a full 24 off the clock. That's their worst enemy.
Absolutely. And Byron, you know, obviously he would have liked a shot attempt, but if you're not going, that's the turnover you want. A 24-second violation, not just coming down and throwing it out of bounds. Use up as much of the clock as you possibly can, and they did.
And extending their defense as well, so Derek Fisher will get it in. And the Lakers have to pick up pace. There's only a minute 50 to play. Can't walk it up either. Down by 9, Kobe. It'll be over Tyson Chandler. That might do it. Out of bounds with a minute 39 to play. So the Lakers, as hot as they were in the third, that's how cold they've been in the fourth.
The old adage says, stays true. You live by the long ball. You can also die by the long ball.
After the miss, 4 of 19 shooting for the Lakers as a group here in the fourth and final 12-minute session. Normal situation. Paul into the basket because he had a clear path. And it'll be Chandler batting it out. And that'll make it official in a 9-point game. Lakers out of fouls. Free throws rest of the way anyway. So Chris Paul just hanging on to it. 10 on the shot clock. And when you change directions like he just did and don't change hands on the dribble,
that was nice.
You're cupping it. Just a little.
That was very good.
Yeah, a little step back on the baseline. Kobe, line drive. It'll come out to Paul. He's got Butler on a run out. And Kobe will take it away. On the trail, Derek Fisher for the triple. It'll make it 8, but not enough time for the Lakers. As Derek Fisher hits the deck. And a reach by Sasha.
Kobe made a very nice play defensively on Butler. I mean, Butler thinks he's going to get an easy one here, so he goes up, and Kobe not only blocks it, 2 hands, takes it, and goes the other direction. That's some defensive play.
Double technical coming up.
Oh, the famous double T?
It'll be Chris Paul and Sasha.
Oh, double technical there.
Well, they put up a double tech originally, and they do. It is a tech on Paul. And a foul on Sasha.
Well, they're shooting a tech.
Right. They've got a double tech on the board for Sasha.
No, they put a technical on Sasha and a personal foul on Sasha. I don't think there's any tech on Chris Paul.
All right. They took it off. It was on the board. And now it'll be Paul going to the free throw line after he was fouled. So Chris Paul will shoot 2. The Lakers down by 9. And their record at the end of the night is going to be 27-6. And snap their 6-game winning streak. Chris Paul putting together a display tonight, and 30 for Paul, 40 for David West. They carried the load.
I talked about limiting Paul in one of the 2 areas. I said you were in trouble when he gets 25 and 15. Well, he has 30 and makes it 31 and 15.
But over the last 3 years against the Lakers, he has averaged 23 and 12 assists. Kobe's got Gasol. That was right by him. And that kind of sums up the fourth for the Lakers. So now the Hornets just get it in, get it across the line, and it's all over. And New Orleans will have their first win of the season over the Lakers. So the Lakers do not have the season series just yet. There'll be another matchup between these 2 teams here in Southern California. And that'll do it as the Hornets, after starting this season, splitting their first 10 at 5-5. They have recovered quite nicely.
You know, and
21-10 is their record.
Good a game as Chris Paul had. The key to the game, though, was David West. I mean, David West really was the difference. I mean, he had 40 on 23 attempts, 11 rebounds. I mean, he was their go-to guy when they needed it.
And Chris Paul's always going to get hits, so who's going to be the secondary source, and a consistent secondary source? Well, it was not only David West, but David West way beyond anybody's wildest dreams. 40 points. That matches his career best, and it came to the Lakers' expense, as he also got to the free throw line and had a double-double with 11 boards. So the Lakers lose by 11, 116-105, and a very efficient night offensively for the New Orleans Hornets. Let's head downstairs now to Michael Eaves. Michael.
Yeah, Joe, here with the hometown boy, Tyson Chandler. Tyson, the first two meetings between the Hornets and the Lakers this season didn't go your way. The Lakers jumped on you guys early in both of those previous two games in the first half. Tonight, you guys sort of turned the table. You had a halftime lead.
Yeah, we wanted to make it a point to come out aggressive. Like you say, last two games, we were way too much in the hole. Can't fight a good team back like that in the hole. So tonight we wanted to come out aggressive and try to get the lead early.
Difference between the third quarter and the fourth quarter. Third quarter, Kobe got hot. He was making a lot of shots. The fourth quarter, though, you really shut down him, and no one else for the Lakers seemingly could score in your defense.
Yeah, you know what? We did a good job doubling him, though. We played great team defense on Kobe in the fourth quarter, and he distributed the ball, but, guys, weren't making shots for him. So that's how we were able to get through with that.
During the game, Stu Lance made the point that there's a pretty good chance that you two could play again in the playoffs. Did you think that this was a game where you needed to make a statement that we can beat them if we face them again in the playoffs? You didn't want to lose the season series to them as well.
Yeah, you definitely won't. You don't want to give a team like that that much momentum because you're right, we can't see them in the playoffs. And, they come in walking in like they don't feel like they can beat us or we can beat them. So we're going to come out and make a statement that, we can play with them.
Tyson, it's always good to see you back in L.A. I know the fans probably not too happy with you beating their Lakers, but always good to see you back in SoCal.
I appreciate it. It's always good to be home.
All right, Tyson Chandler, solid effort from him and his Hornets tonight as they knock off the Lakers here at Staples Center, including the playoffs. The Lakers had won 25 straight home games against Western Conference opponents, but it's the Hornets who win it tonight, 116-105. Lakers Live continues when we return. Of course, we're going to hear from Phil Jackson, get more reaction from that Lakers locker room. Also, the superstar comparison between Kobe and Chris Paul, and the latest on Lamar Odom and his hyperextended knee. That's coming up next on Lakers Live.